Before we start, I would like to thank everybody who's liked, shown support, subscribed, commented about my ignorance and all that good stuff. I was just sitting at 130 something subscribers for a long time. Now I'm at 170, which is so much, right? But I'm trying to make it to 200 before the end of the month. April just started, so don't be afraid to like and subscribe. I do appreciate you. Today we have teenagers reacting to life sentences. And, you know, me just scrolling through YouTube, I saw this channel, Courtroom something. Can't remember the name. I'll show it. But as soon as I seen teenagers and life sentences, it reminded me of TK, the rapper who got charged with capital murder. He was like 17, maybe 15, I don't know. So here are the reactions of some teens who got life sentences.
This is Shondell Jackson, who is facing charges.
Man, I really hate seeing people get in trouble when they have dreads. Like, not all of us are crazy, you know what I'm saying?
For the murder of a university student in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. According to reports, Jackson, who was 18 years...
And this man has my last name. Oh, but this dude's 18. He's grown. He's grown. Yeah, he's a teenager, but that buddy is grown.
...years old at the time, along with his friend Derek Thomas, were actively seeking victims when they spotted Nathan Potter leaving a bar.
Poor
Suddenly,
Nathan.
the teens made an ill-fated attempt to rob Potter as he returned to his apartment. However, when it became apparent to Jackson that Potter did not possess any cash, he fatally shot him.
Whoa, what? He shot the dude because he didn't have no money?
It became apparent to Jackson that Potter did not possess any cash. He fatally...
According to Thomas, who acted as a lookout, Jackson approached Potter and shot him with a .45 caliber handgun. The pair ran to Thomas' house on North Pierce Street and played video games. Oh my gosh, that is literally just two people who just don't give a f about nothing. Cursed. Oh, my bad.
Officials revealed that Jackson fled to Mississippi, but his uncle eventually disclosed his whereabouts, leading to his arrest.
Damn, Unc ain't got no teeth?
Just can't
Jackson uncle, you can't take nobody's life.
take nobody's life. You know, that's just wrong.
Yeah.
And I believe I did the right thing, and there's nobody can make me change that.
Oh, that's tough. Cause snitching and like, I don't know how it is for like other people in other races, but in the black community, it is literally taboo to snitch. But sometimes it's the right thing to do, but I will never find myself in a situation where I'm ever put in that situation, period. So, but I don't know. He's the uncle. He told on the man. So he followed his moral compass. That's all it was. I don't think like he necessarily didn't have to tell anybody, but you know, he made his decision. He did what he did. That's tough. That's tough.
He made light of the situation by gesturing at the family and cursing at them.
What?
When he was escorted out of the courtroom, you could see him smiling at the family.
I saw it on the news. I even cried. I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine what that mother is going through. I never had included in my childhood anything to do with it. My son is not a monster.
Oh man. And it's so tough when you got family members trying to vouch for you, but you just did like the ultimate thing. That's unfortunate.
I apologize for my behaviors. Please don't take my life from me.
My
Jackson's
behaviors.
attorney
Man, people, I swear, people do things and they just expect a slap on the wrist when you apologize, but bro, you took somebody's life. That is the ultimate. Like, there's no getting away from that. And you're black. Like, granted, yes, murder is, you know, it's universal. Anybody who does it is, you're going down. But he's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything. Like,
When Judge Rebecca Dallett announced life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, all hell broke loose.
not him trying to fight. What's he trying to fight for, though? I don't get it. You did it. You literally killed somebody, and then You're pleading for your life, and now you're fighting because you got sentenced to life. And the crazy thing is, I believe that maybe his parents let him get away with way too much growing up because he really thought that him apologizing was going to get him out of, you know, his consequences. So now he's just making a scene. He's making it worse. He was throwing up freaking gestures and laughing at the family. He killed the family of the deceased boy. Like, bro, you're not this. We can't pity you in this time, bro.
As Jackson was being subdued by authorities, you can hear one of Jackson's family members scream directly to Nathan Potter's family. Luckily,
That's so out of line, bro. That's so out of line. Oh, that's so out of line.
I'm going to go ahead on count 1, the first-degree intentional homicide conviction, and I am going to sentence Mr. Jackson to life imprisonment without possibility for extended supervision. I know that that is something that is reserved for the most serious of cases, and I believe that this case rises to that level.
as for Jack,
That's crazy. So the officer obviously knew that hearing something like that, somebody's going to have some type of reaction, especially when you're so young and, you know, you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. But I was going to say something. Oh, but I had a question. So I know, so for instance, Teke got charged with life for capital murder. And then this guy gets charged for first degree murder. I just don't know what the difference is. It's like, it's all murder, right? Like, I kind of understand like second degree murder, like you didn't directly, I don't know. I'm going to freaking Google it. Okay, so first degree murder is deliberate and premeditated. Oh, and second degree murder is intentional or reckless killing of another person without premeditation or planning. Oh. Capital murder is a category of murder in some parts of the U.S. for which the perpetrator is eligible for the death penalty. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. But wouldn't second degree murder and like, what's it? Manslaughter be the same thing? I don't know. Laws, man.
Eric Thomas, he pleaded guilty to acting as the lookout and was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Shondell Jackson's actions in court were disgraceful. However, his
Terrible. It sucks, but you know, you do the crime, you do the time, bro. That's it.
Saying pull the trigger to kill your son, you know, masturbates to memory.
What an ass. Wow. 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 Wow.
18-year-old TJ Lane is facing charges for multiple murders in Ohio. On February 27, 2012, TJ Lane would become an American murderer who gained notoriety after committing a horrifying killing spree at Chardon High School.
Wow. Wow. That's the biggest fear, man. You can't even go to public school anymore. That is crazy. This is all America. Like, we got some real issues over here, man. We got some real issues over here for sure.
Lane got to court. He showed no signs of remorse to the victims' families. Everything seemed normal as Lane strutted into court in a blue button-down. However, moments later, Lane would reveal just how cynical a teenager he is.
Thank you, Your Honor. To my left is Nicholas Burling, Douglas County Assistant Prosecutor.
What possesses somebody to be just heartless? Wow. Bro murdered a whole bunch of kids, comes into the court flexing like, oh, I am a killer. Is that something to be proud of? No.
Nick is a very kind and loving. Why would you want to hurt him? You don't know kind. You're evil.
Lane
That sums it up. That's just pure evil.
smiled and laughed through all of them. Then, Lane told them what he really thinks.
Saying pull the trigger to kill your son, you know, masturbates to memory. Love you.
The judge
Wow. I wonder, how does somebody get to that point where they just don't give a damn? How does somebody get to that point? You walk up into school, shoot up the place, and then you go to court and you're just like, no remorse, no emotion at all, but just, you're almost humored by it. Laughing in the face of the families, like, that is crazy to me.
It sentenced him to 3 life sentences in prison without parole.
Ooh.
Lane's behavior and reactions were likened to that of a psychopath. However,
well, you know, there it is. There it is, I guess.
like in the case of 14-year-old Antonio Barbo and Nathan Pop,
Bro is
who are facing
14.
charges for murder in Sheboygan County, Wisconsin. In September 2012, the 2 teenagers were
Why is there a whole bunch of Piggly Wigglies?
murder in Sheboygan County, Wisconsin. In September 2012,
They must have been there all day. What is Piggly Wigglies?
2 teenagers worked together to kill Barbo's great-grandmother, 78-year-old Barbara Olson, in her Sheboygan Falls home.
What?
According to police reports, Barbo struck her several
What?
times with a hatchet, as his accomplice, Nathan Pop, simultaneously used a hammer to bludgeon Olson to death.
What? That sounds like some spoiled brats that just didn't get what they wanted and resulted in the most, or they reacted in the most ridiculous way.
We got in, and then I looked to Nate and nodded and shook my head as in yes or no. He nodded, and then I took the first swing.
Wow.
Started heading into the living room, falling.
And as she was falling, were there any more blows? Did you strike her again?
I hit one more time as she was falling.
After the attack, the boys would be seen on surveillance footage getting gloves and wipes, almost acting as if nothing had happened.
Wow, they are so deliberate. They were so deliberate. These are 14-year-olds. Wow. And the grandson must have had enough of, like, he was so fed up with grandma that he just did the ultimate deed.
About, I think, 150.
And where is that?
Some of it went towards food, and then we got pizza, and then some of it went towards weed, which I think is actually still at his house upstairs, if he didn't get it yet.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Times are crazy, man. Times are crazy. The fact that you are comfortable enough to ask for money for like pizza and shit, damn, for pizza and just, you know, regular stuff, because obviously it seems like your grandma gives you money anyway, but you really wanted some pizza and some weed. You're 14, dude. Jeez. Well, I smoked my first time I was like 14 too, so, but still.
Watch here as surveillance footage captured the boys.
Wow.
Just hours later,
They're hanging
enjoying
out.
a couple slices, almost acting as if they hadn't just committed a murder.
He must be thinking about it though, because this guy was smiling. He's really thinking about it. Like, oh wow, we just did that.
I know I don't show my emotions much, and I myself am not sure why. But that doesn't mean I don't.
His lawyer stepped.
Bro, we don't have no remorse. That's it. We don't have any remorse for you, bro. You killed your grandma for some pizza and some weed. We don't have any remorse for you, bro.
I took away someone's mother, your grandma, sister, friend.
He's feeling it
I
now.
had no right to do so.
As a result, Barbo was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 36 years. At which
Dang.
time, he would be 50 years old. As he is escorted out of the court, he's seen crying and sobbing.
50 years old, leave me in there, because I don't know anything else. You go in jail, you go to prison at 14, and you sit in there until you're 50. Leave me in there, bro. I don't know how to act. I'm institutionalized at that point. There's no way you can let me out into society and I'm going to be fine. There's no way. Just leave me in there.
His accomplice, Nathan, was also sentenced to life imprisonment and will not be eligible for parole until he turns 45.
Jeez.
He showed no emotion as he was seen leaving the court. For many people, these teenagers got what they deserved.
I agree.
Of Alyssa Bustamante, who was facing charges for murder in Missouri. In 2009,
It's all murder,
Alyssa was
jeez.
just 15. She murdered 9-year-old Elizabeth Olten,
Oh.
who lived 4 houses.
Wait, they didn't say she was 13?
Just 15.
15.
She murdered 9-year-old Elizabeth Olten,
What?
who lived 4 houses down from her. On the night of the murder, Elizabeth asked to go to Alyssa's house to play. However, Elizabeth was never seen alive again.
Oh, that's so sad. It's real deal scary, like just raising a kid, period. Like anything can happen. I'm always on edge for no reason. I will lock the door at night just to get up 10 minutes later to go check if I locked the door. And I will do that like 2 or 3 times. Like, I don't know if it's just paranoia or I just know that people are just really crazy in this world. Anything can happen, you know? Anything can happen.
For the next 2 days, video footage captured police stopping every car that drove by her house to ask for help in locating the missing 9-year-old.
Oh,
Eventually,
man.
They tracked Elizabeth's phone, and it pinged to the woods behind Alyssa's house.
That's freaking
Authorities
sad.
discovered a shallow grave behind Alyssa's house, and Elizabeth's body was found buried there, making Alyssa the prime suspect.
Whoa. That's sad as hell.
Yeah, cut throat. She died.
Dang, girl.
If you think Alyssa's
Oh my God, this is sad. What is up with me in these videos, bro? Why do I do this to myself?
The prosecuting team was quick to draw the court's attention to a very alarming piece of evidence detectives uncovered while searching her house. A blank diary. But the diary wasn't so blank, because with the help of a blue light, detectives were able to reveal a diary entry in
Wow.
which she expressed euphoria after killing Elizabeth. This was a shocking
It
discovery.
was amazing. I gotta go to church now. Oh my goodness. And she LOL'd about it. Man, I'm all about privacy, guys. I am all about privacy. But look, I'm gonna have to ask y'all. If you have a child and they have a diary or some place where they just take notes of anything, are you going to go through it every now and then? Are you just going to go in there when she's at school or whatever and you just go to check it? You know what I'm saying? Because I think I would. I think I would.
She accepted a plea deal to the lesser charge of second-degree murder before her trial began.
Basically, the main reason for accepting the offer was to avoid the absolute certainty of life without parole. If there was another option, then there would have been no reason to have accepted that offer.
She was eventually sentenced to life imprisonment with the
Man.
possibility of conditional release, plus a consecutive 30 years in prison.
Dang. So I bet, so I'm assuming like the court and all this stuff, they give you these like plea deals that you can take so you can go ahead and just admit to, you know, being the, what is it? Like the perpetrator, I guess, whatever. Is that the right word? Anyway, the criminal or whatever, but that's a very smart tactic. If you're a lawyer or you're anybody trying to solve a case, just give them a deal, see if they take it. If they don't take it, it's like, okay, well, if you don't take it, you're going to get the hammer and you're not going to get a chance to get out at all. But if you do take it, you might get out early. Like, ooh, that's tough. I feel bad for the people who are innocent and they fight the plea deal and they get, you know, they get sentenced to guiltiness or whatever. Get sentenced to guiltiness. I'm crazy. They get sentenced, but you know, life sucks sometimes.
Alyssa remained emotionless and stoic as her sentence was read. Alyssa's behavior and reactions were likened to that of a psychopath.
Well,
Nicholas Lindsay, who was facing charges for murder in Florida. On February 21st, 2011, Officer David Crawford.
So can you get life in prison for something else besides murder? Like money laundering? I don't know.
Aged 46, responded to a call regarding a suspicious person near Tropicana Field late at night. Upon arrival, Officer Crawford encountered this individual. And
what made him suspicious? I want to know what made him suspicious, because he's just walking down the road
field late at night.
At night. What makes him suspicious?
At 10:37 p.m., an officer nearby reported hearing gunshots. That night, Officer Crawford was found shot and killed.
No way. Crawford, a 25-year law enforcement veteran, was shot and killed while investigating reports of a suspicious person in the neighborhood. That's so terrible, bro. 25 years. You're going to retire soon, I'm assuming. And for it to end like that, that is just so unfortunate.
The following night, 16-year-old Nicholas Lindsay was arrested following tips from the community.
Bro, it's
Lindsay
16.
initially provided varying accounts of the events.
I did not do it. I'm telling you, I did not do it. Who did it? I don't know. You got it right here. I was not there.
But eventually...
Oh my goodness. I can't be a parent in these situations. I can't imagine. Because I don't know how I will feel. Like, is it my fault my kid turned out to be a murderer? Oh my gosh.
Safety, but it wasn't. When I pulled it out, I wanted my finger on the trigger.
From the confession tapes, you would be led to believe that Nicholas was remorseful for his crimes. However, in court, Nicholas seemed uninterested and unbothered.
Court has significant doubts about the defendant's potential for rehabilitation.
David's daughter Amanda gave an emotional victim impact statement.
This text with him was me saying, "Be safe, Dad. I love you." To which he immediately replied, "I will, sweetheart. I love you too."
That is so freaking sad. I really don't know why I do this to myself.
It was 1 hour before Lindsay went to shooting him.
To which Nicholas laughed. On March 23, 2012, Lindsay was convicted of Officer Crawford's murder and received a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
So manipulative. This man, Nicholas, was in there in the confession room crying, like, I didn't do it. But as soon as he admits to it, and then the lady is reading what she sent to her dad, he's laughing about it. Like, that is just some crazy traits to have. That is just some crazy traits to have.
Charges for the murder of his girlfriend's 23.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's not a hell hot enough.
3-month-old son in Springville, New York. According to police reports, on March 19th, 2013, Schumacher, 16 at the time, was left to babysit his girlfriend's toddler, Austin. When Austin wouldn't stop crying.
Bro had a 23-year-old girlfriend? Wow.
Dylan began hitting him several times.
What the frick? What? So you killed your girlfriend's child because he was crying? What made her believe that? Man, this story is all types of wrong. What state is this in? Because is she really 23?
Dylan Schumacher is facing charges for the murder of his girlfriend's 23-month-old son.
Oh. The baby was almost 2.
Dylan began hitting him several times, including backhanded smacks to his...
When Austin would start crying, Dylan began hitting him several times, including backhanded smacks to his face and slamming his head on the ground while changing a diaper. What? Oh my gosh, that is terrible.
The medical examiner established that the victim sustained ruptured blood vessels in his left ear and near his right eye,
frick, this is
hemorrhages in his
crazy.
retina and perioptic nerve, and subdural and subarachnoid hemorrhaging.
Oh my
Austin
goodness.
died shortly thereafter. When Dylan got to court, things got even crazier. Schumacher claimed that he did not intend to kill the toddler.
I didn't mean to kill Oscar. Ashley, I really didn't. You really think I did that?
Oh man, it makes me so angry. It makes me so angry. I cannot leave my kid to be watched by anybody. Dude, we have no remorse. We do not feel your pity. We are not pitying you. We are not.
Dylan seems remorseful and genuinely sorry for what he did. However, state Supreme Court...
He's not sorry. He's sorry that he got in trouble. He's sorry that he went too far because he was fully intentionally beating that child, which resulted in him, you know, the kid dying, but he fully intended on harming that kid.
16, you knew right from wrong.
Exactly.
Had a bad childhood, had some troubles. At 16, you knew not to keep pounding your fist on that pillow with that little baby's head there.
He then went on to label Dylan a manipulator and deceiver.
Throw the book at him.
Judge then goes on to provide a truly disturbing piece of evidence.
The record will show that you admitted that on July 23rd, 2013, in a phone call to your mother from the holding center, you stated, and I got a quote from the court reporter, I am a 16-year-old woman. Probably all I have to do is cry in front of the jury, and they're going to feel sorry for me.
Ooh, boy, oh boy, were you sadly mistaken. Give it to him.
Schumacher was eventually sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. He continued crying as he received his sentence.
25 years ain't enough. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think 25 years is enough. Man, I never knew. I literally never knew people could be so deranged. I mean, I guess I did know. I just can't believe that I'm sitting here doing these videos that just tug at my heartstrings. Like, this is not what I was trying to get this channel to be. Not depressing stuff. Some things may be depressing, but like, we got to switch it up, man. We got to switch it up. I also have a poll for you guys, a little question. If, I think only one of these murders resulted in somebody using a weapon, like a handgun. So I want to know what you guys think about the gun laws in America. Do you think we should not have guns, or do you think otherwise? Let me know in the comments if you get to this point. Yeah, man. Like I said before, appreciate all the support. We will be back. Like and subscribe. Share it with a friend. Love yourself and love your neighbors, your parents, your children, and drink water.